What is up, YouTube? Right, we're a few more weeks into my cutting phase and come to the point now where it is time to up the dose, change the drugs a little bit. So what I've been doing so far for the first 8 or so weeks of this cycle is 2 ml test, 2 ml Masteron and 2 ml Primovolin. And this is the first time I've done this sort of cycle for any sort of prep or any sort of cutting phase. I do like it. I like the look. I like that it's quite a mild cycle as I'm getting older, because it used to be test, Boldenon and Tredenenthate, a little bit high doses. I think I used to do 3 ml Tren and then 2 ml of the others, but so that's what I was used to doing. All my other preps that have changed things up a little bit now as I'm getting a bit older, and there's sort of a new sort of way of doing things. Everyone's doing the test, Primo and Masteron cycles. I do have the Masteron a little bit lower than most people, but that's more just because I'm not into sort of as frequent injections. But I am going to change things around a little bit. So the things that I'm going to add is going to be Anavar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 40 milligrams of Anavar for about 4 weeks. See how that goes. See if how much of a change that can give me. It's been since 2016 was the last time I've used Anavar. I normally would use Stanozol for like a cutting phase, but this time I've chosen Anavar, a little bit milder, and I like the look of Anavar. I remember back it was like a nice hard sort of clean look that it gives you. So that's one thing. I'm going to add Tren acetate to the cycle, but I'm going to do it at 1.5 ml a week, so it's going to be whatever that is, 112 milligrams I think it is. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop everything else down to 1.5 ml a week as well. So the test, the Masteron and the Primo will go to 0.5 ml 2 times a week. 2 times a week to start with, and then maybe 3 times a week, which will get me to the 1.5 ml. But I'm going to see how I go just on for the next 2 weeks with just 0.5 ml or 1 ml of each per week, and see how my body reacts. So it's the first time that I've used Tren since my last competition in my competing days 3 years ago. So it'll be interesting to see how what sort of effects it has on my physique. I'm 93 kilos at the moment and already pretty lean, and I'm not dieting too hard, so I think my calories are about 3,000 at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of weeks with the addition of Tren acetate. I've always noticed a big difference when I've used it, but I would only use it the last month before prep normally. The other thing that I'm going to add is clenbuterol, and again, it's been about 3 years since I've used clenbuterol. So I'm going to start pretty mild. I'm going to start, so I do 3 days on, 3 days off with the clen. So it's going to be 20 micrograms the first day, 40 the next, and then back to 20, and then 3 days off, and then sort of repeat that cycle. But clen, starting low, see how I go, see what changes happen in the next 2 weeks to a month, which should be a lot harder. Like with all those compounds added, it's gonna my physique should easily get harder without changing too much of the diet. I can definitely move a lot with the diet as well, as my calories are still fairly high for a cutting phase. As far as competing goes these days, the reason why I've pulled out of a lot of competitions is because my physique, I'm not 100% into my bodybuilding anymore. It's not a main priority in life at the moment. So I'm not really going 100%, and also there's a lot of imbalances in my physique. So my left pec is tight, and there's a little bit imbalance to my right pec. My left lat is a bit smaller, as there's a bit of a tear or something in there. So my left lat is a bit smaller. I'm struggling with my right arm with the tricep, and the bicep is looking a little bit smaller than the left bicep. And also my legs, I haven't been able to train legs 100% with knee issues, but I'm just doing the best I can. I've been training now for 24 years, so just trying to maintain as much as I can, slightly improve where I can. But that's the reason why I haven't been doing many competitions. Competitions these days are expensive, and there's not much return on investment when it comes to competition. So it might be a smarter idea to focus more on photo shoots, and sort of social media side of things, as the competitions can be quite draining of your energy levels, and just the fact that they cost so much these days with not much reward. And in Australia, we haven't really got a lot of competitions that are really that beneficial for the competitor. And turning pro, you're going to have to compete overseas, so then you're spending tens of thousands just to compete, and there's no real financial reward. So that's the reason why I've sort of gotten over the competing stage. I still love my bodybuilding and still love to try and improve where I can. As far as training going, it's not too bad. My strength has improved a little bit on the pressing. So this year is a personal best with 115 kilos with 5 reps. I think I've done 4 reps before, so nothing major. Improvements with the training. Squatting, I'm just sort of building up now. I had some knee issues, so I go back to barbell squats. So my right quad is quite tight, so then my left quad takes a lot of the work, and that's the knee that I have problems with. So at the moment I'm at 150 kilos, and I try and build that up each week when I'm doing a squatting program. So my best is 200 kilos for 5 reps, so a long way behind that, but still love the barbell squat to sort of correct any injuries I find. If I free a movement like that, I'm more in tune with the movement, if that makes sense. As far as back training, my back's come up a lot this off season, getting slightly stronger. My progressions in the gym are very small these days, so I take a win whenever I can in the gym with my training, as long as I'm injury free. I'm training a little bit less these days too, probably like 4 days a week at the most. But one of the exercises that I do to try and help that right quad get a bit more flexibility is the old Bulgarian squat. So I do a lot of that for leg days now, so my leg training isn't as intense as it used to be, but I'm just trying to work on those imbalances that I've got, and sort of get me back to full strength in the gym with injury free as much as possible. So that's the video wrapped up, and looking forward to checking in again sometime soon with my progression in the gym and my cutting phase. But that's the video wrapped up, and I'll catch you guys again soon.